باي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. طبعا احنا متذكرين last unit it was about adverbs and adjectives. We talked about adverbs and adjectives and the difference between both of them. In this unit, inshallah, it's unit 5. The title of this unit is Dangerous Weather. So, what's the meaning of dangerous? Dangerous is a negative word, means not safe, disaster. So, it's negative. Weather, which is climate, sunny, raining, cloudy. So what do you expect this unit will be about? What do you think, guys? I think it will talk about natural disaster like floods, hurricanes, earthquake, tornadoes, storm. So all this, we called it natural disaster, which is dangerous weather. It caused the weather to be dangerous. Let's read the examples and see. It has, number one, it has been busier than usual. So pay attention to the bold words, because bold words is the most important words in the example. It has been busier than, these are the highest mountains. It has been more exciting than, these are the most dramatic mountains. Temperatures have been rising more quickly than normal. The snow and ice are melting earlier and faster than. The systems are better than, or we can say work better than in the past. Wind speeds are as high as, you see, 120 kph. The storm is not behaving as violently as some other storms. Okay. So what do you think about these bold or these black words, guys? So we have busier than, the highest. So I think here we are comparing. What the meaning of comparing in Arabic is عندما نقارن بين شيئين. لما أقول أحمد أطول من حسن. أطول. So I'm comparing between two objects or two things. So how we know this here in English, it has been busier than usual. Okay. So we are comparing now. What happened now and the usual time. So it's busier than. You see the word than. So we use the word than to compare between two things. Okay. And we have the highest. So the highest, we are comparing also here, but we comparing one comparing to the others. So when Ahmed, لما يكون أحمد أطول واحد في المجموعة بقول أحمد is the tallest. أوكي. أو لما يكون عندي mountain أو جبل أطول من الجبال الأخرى فبقول the highest mountain. Okay, so I compare the mountain with the other mountains around. Okay, let's go here and see this exercise. Look at the examples again. Tick the best way to complete the statement. We usually use ER and EST. You see here, guys, ER, this is ER here. Okay, and we use here EST. It's a syllable. Okay, ER here. Okay. ER, and EST. Okay, so ER when we compare between two objects, EST when we compare one with others around, more than one object. So we usually use ER or EST forms to compare shorter or longer adjectives. If I use ER or EST, the adjective should be short. Short means one syllable. One syllable. What syllable? Like the word busy. Busy. It's one syllable. Okay. Hard is one syllable. Fast. One syllable. Okay. Strong. One syllable. When the adjective is one syllable, when I compare between two things using short adjective, I put ER. Then, if I compare one thing with the other things around, so I use EST with the short adjective. So the right answer is shorter. Is okay, shorter. Okay, so we use ER and EST with shorter adjectives. We usually use more or most form to compare shorter or longer. This one, we use it with longer adjectives. When I have longer adjective, which is B, when I have longer adjective, I cannot add another syllable to this word because it's already long. So I have to put another word. So when I compare two things using long adjective, I put more. And when I use, you see here in this example, in example 3, more exciting. You see exciting. This is 3 syllables, so I cannot add another syllables, which is ER. So I have to use more. I have to use more, okay? I use more. Separate. Dramatic. You see, 3 syllables. I cannot put EST, so I have to use the most. The most, okay? Now, we use more most forms to compare longer or all adverbs. Actually, we use it with longer, as we said before. If the adverb is longer, we have to use more or most, okay? Some adverbs like fast, long, hard, this is shorter adverbs. So what we do now, we use ER or EST. Some adverbs like fast, long, hard to compare like shorter adverbs. In shorter adverbs, we add ER and EST. With good and well, we use different form like better or best. So when we compare between two things, I said Ali is better than Muhammad. Muhammad is the best, okay? So it's different forms. We can use not as, dots as to say that something is. When I say, let's see here. Yeah, the storm is not behaving as violently as, so this means less, okay? Less than something else, okay? Less, okay? We can use this form with adverbs and well as well adjectives with adjective only. Let's see. We can use not as here with adverbs here, and we can use it with adjectives. You see? Yes. So we can use it with both adjectives and adverbs. You agree? Yes. Now, at comparative, so when we compare between two things, we say it's comparative adjectives. When we compare one and one with others, with more than one items, so we say superlative adjectives. Use the words in brackets. Bangladesh is the victim of most of dangerous disaster in the world. So here I'm comparing between Bangladesh and the whole world. So this means I will say Bangladesh is the victim of most of the, right? The most, right? Why I use most? Because dangerous is a long adjective. I cannot add est, so I have to use most dangerous, okay? Sea floods in the south sometimes cause the greatest. Great is a short adjective, so I have to use the, okay? When I compare one with many, I use the, then it's short. So as it's short, I will add E, S, T, okay? I will add EST to the great. So it will be the greatest, okay? Because it's short adjective. Okay, but huge river floods. So floods what? As floods the first north, but huge river floods as far as, okay, as far as north are also a very big problem. And these are now the bad than. So we have than. If we have than, so we have to use worse. Worse. It's different. You remember well and good, bad is used different. It used different what? Different forms, okay? This is because the rising population of the steep Himalaya valleys are cutting down trees in number than. You see then? So it larger, okay? Large. Why larger? Because it's a short adjective, larger, okay? Add comparative adverbs. Use the words in brackets. Comparative adverbs, okay? Comparative means we will use ER, or we can use more than, more. When the rivers are full of earth and rocks, they move even more slowly, okay? More slowly, okay? More slowly, because the adverb here is 2 syllables, so I can't add ER. Floods then happens more often. More often, it's 2 syllables, okay? More often, okay? This one is harder. You know why it's harder? Because it's 1 syllable. Hard is 1 syllable. So I will add here ER to the end of hard. Okay, harder. Okay, this one is more widely. More. We will add more here. Okay, more. More widely. Okay. Now, add not as as comparative forms. Use the words in brackets. So we would use as a comparative form. Without trees, the steep valley sides cannot hold together as well as before. So we will say as, okay? Then we put the word will, okay, will. As, okay, before, and so large quantities of earth and rocks are carried away by the melt water, but the further south, the land is not steep. We will say not as, not as, not as steep as, okay, as steep not. Okay, let's do easier. And as steep, then as at the end. So as, adjective as, okay, not as steep as. Okay, fast, it will be faster. Why faster? So we will add er. Why we add er? Because it's a short adjective, okay? Easily, it will be as easily as. Sorry, this one, it will be as fast as, because we're using as, not er here. As fast as fast as fast as, okay, as fast as. Here, as easily as easily as, okay, as easily as, okay, okay. So we have here this words accurately, approach, breathe, combine, escape, force, heat, hit, moreover, pour, properly, as a result, storm, surge, destroy, destruction, destructive, help, helpless, helplessly. So let's accurately means يعني بالضبط يعني مظبوط. Okay, approach means يعني يقرب من شيء. approach, I approach you يعني بقرب منك أو بحاول أقرب لك. breathe, it's like نفس لما نتنفس كده breathe. combine, when you combine two things لما تيجي تجمع حاجتين بتcombine. escape يعني يهرب. force يعني قوة. heat حرارة. hit يعني الستورم بتهت يعني بتضرب البلد. moreover يعني أكتر من كده. moreover بالإضافة إلى ذلك يعني. poor means فقير. properly means يعني برضو مناسب أو بالضبط. as a result يعني كنتيجة لكده حصل كده. نتيجة للشيء ده حصل كذا. storm surge معناها اللي هي سرعة الرياح. okay. destroy, destruction means اللي هو الدمار. okay. verb, noun, adjective. هنا verb, adjective and adverb. okay. The passage talk about two important hurricanes. What were the... Okay, read and answer the question. Let's go and read, then we'll answer the question. Hurricane watching, saving lives. Okay, so you know, guys, we have technology that predict and read the weather and predict hurricanes and all this stuff. And this help to save and rescue people. Let's read here. We cannot live without the sun's heat or the air that we breathe, but these givers of life can also become dangerous killers. Moreover, they can behave even more dangerously when they are combined with another great natural force, water. The largest and the most destructive results of this are hurricanes. These huge storms can hit land so powerfully that they destroy everything in their path. Wind speeds are 118 kph or more, and they really are huge, as much as 800 kilometers across. Hurricanes are so dangerous that everything possible is done to work out their speed and directions. A big hurricanes can cause such a great destruction that early warning may save many lives. Information is therefore collected from space satellites, weather balloons, and the weather stations on land and at sea, and forecasts have become very accurate. Hurricane Andrew first showed how important this work. This work means satellite, weather balloon, and all these things which collect information. It's working good was when it hit Florida. In 1992, it did such enormous damage that it became the world's most expensive hurricanes. However, only a few people died. Most had escaped by car. In 1970s, however, things were far worse in East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, because there was almost no warning. Moreover, the transport system was so bad and the people were so poor that they could not escape. As a result, they could only wait helplessly as the most destructive storm in history approached, with a 10-meter storm surge and winds as fast as 222 kph. It was such a disaster that 500,000 people died. We are not strong enough. We are not strong enough to stop the forces of nature, but Andrew showed that technology and the transport can help in many places. We can now predict and deal with disasters better than before. However, countries like Bangladesh are still too poor to protect their populations properly from similar huge disasters. So, will the world give them the help that they need before the next arrive? Okay. Now, after we read, let's go and answer the question. Okay, the passage talked about two important hurricanes. What were the especially terrible results of each? So the result was they destroyed the countries. They caused the death of many people, right? What happened before Hurricane Andrew that had not happened before the 1970 hurricanes, and what was the result? Let's see. Before Hurricane Andrew, let's see here. However, things were far worse in East Pakistan. Yes. Okay. So they are comparing about Hurricane Andrew first showed how important that work was. So in Florida, as in you know, USA it's a developed country, it's rich country, so they have many tools that help them to predict hurricanes, so they can save many lives. This different from what happened in Pakistan because it's a poor country. So when hurricane came, it caused a lot of damage. 500,000 people died, and everything is, destruction everywhere. So this is the difference between Hurricane Andrew and the hurricane that hit Pakistan and Bangladesh. How do modern technology and transport help in many countries that face natural disaster? As we read there, so it help people to predict and collect information about hurricanes and upcoming disasters. So they warn people. So people can escape. So they save many lives. People in rich countries are better protected now, but what more does the world still need to do? Okay, so yes, in rich countries, the situation is better than poor countries, as we said, because in rich countries they use many tools to collect information to predict the weather and warn people. So they save many lives. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. But what more does the world state need to help poor countries to predict the disaster and save lives? Add new words from activity 1, make any changes needed. The is terrible in this little room. What do you think? So if you go here for the words in this table, the what? The heat. Yeah, the heat, right. The heat is terrible. The heat. The heat is terrible in this room. It's far too hot for me. For me too. We need to escape. To escape. Okay. To escape is we need to escape. Okay. Escape. We need to escape and find a place. Okay. Did the we need to escape. Did the storm surge? This one. Storm surge. Storm surge is number 2A. Number 2. Number 2. Storm A. Storm surge. Okay. Did the storm surge do much damage when it reached land? Yes, it causes a lot of destruction. Number 2 again. A lot of destruction. It's noun. Okay. Ancient Crete had an amazing culture. Accurately, its people were very rich. Why? Because accurately, تحديدا يعني, its people are very rich. Number 3, yes, their culture developed partially as a result. As a result. Number 3 here, as a result of growing rich from trade. Peter has fallen into the sea and he can't swim. He's completely hopeless. Okay, this is number 4, hopeless. Completely hopeless. Hopeless means he can't ask for any. Yes, then he can't swim. Okay. Quick, let's get him and then let's make sure that his breathe all right. Okay, this is number 5. This is number 4 also. Yeah. Okay. When Hurricane Katrina hit the city, number 5, okay, hit the city, it did terrible damage. It was very destructive. This number 5 again, number 5. It just shows that hurricanes are one of nature's most powerful force. Okay, force number 5. Okay, good. Read the passage again and do the tasks. Okay, 7 to 8 line. The largest and the most destructive result of this. Okay, let's go for 7 to 8. Line 7 to 8. 7, 5, 7. The largest and most destructive results of this are hurricanes. What about this? This means what, guys? The combination of, yes, great force and water. This is what they mean by this. It's referred to natural disaster and water. This is what this refers to. Okay, yeah. Now go for second one. Okay, 22 to 23 showed how important that work. That work is referred to what? That work. Yes, that work first showed how important that work. That work is about, information collected from space satellite, weather balloons, and weather station. You see, all this is the work. So the work is referred to this, all this, okay? Okay, the last one here is before the next arrive. The next is referred to what? Okay. Force, but Andrew showed that technology, that Bangladesh, however, countries like Bangladesh are still too poor. Disasters. The next arrive, huge disasters means next disaster means refer to disaster. The next arrive, the next disaster arrive. Okay, refer to this disaster. Okay. Line 2 to 3, but these givers of life can also become a dangerous killer. Okay, underlined phrases means what? Givers of life, we mean what? Air and sun, right? So this is giver of life, means we cannot live without sun and air and water. 2526 became the world's most expensive hurricane. Why? What I mean of most expensive? This means that this hurricane caused a lot of destruction from people's life, homes, cars. So the loss because of this hurricane is very expensive, okay? It costs millions of dollars. So this means it's very expensive. Okay. Now say what these numbers mean. Okay. 118, this is how we measure a storm. 800 kilometer, 222 kbh, 10 meter. Okay. 10 meter. When we measure the distance, we measure it with meter. 800, we measure it with kilometer. لما بنقول سرعة الرياح في الساعة دي بنقيسها بالكي بي اتش. Okay. Bangladesh is still too poor, number one. Bangladesh is still too poor to protect its population. We are not strong enough to stop the forces of nature. Transport was so bad that people could not escape. They can hit land so powerfully that they destroy everything. They can hit land with such power that they destroy everything. The country had such bad transport that people could not escape. Look at the examples again. Take the best way to complete the statement. Guys, when we use too, this means it's too much, that I cannot do it. Okay, so the tea is too hot that I cannot drink it. Too hot, it's too much. Okay, okay, not enough means less. Okay, so let's go and see. We use too if something is less or more than needed. It's more. Okay, too hot to drink. It's too hot than needed. It's more. We use not enough if something is less than needed. It's less than we need. We use so before adjectives and adverbs. Let's see. You see here so before adverb, powerfully before bad. So we can use it before adjective and adverbs, okay, to express something big or important. We use such before, let's see, such before what? Power, transport, before nouns, before nouns. Okay. Power and transport. Bad transport. So adjective 5 and 6. 5 here, it's noun. 6, such as bad transport, it's adjective, then noun. So is it adjective and adverbs? No. So it's adverb, then noun. So it comes before nouns. After both, so and such clothes. We use that clause to express the cause or the result, okay? So the result means the country had bad transport that as a result, people could not escape. So this is the result, okay? They can hit land with such power that the result is they can destroy everything. So what comes after that is the result. Change the sentences using the words in brackets. Choose between too hot, too, and not enough. Not good enough. Okay, this we said here. It's more here less. Bangladesh is still too poor to protect the population, so we will use rich. It's too poor, but if it's rich, or if we use rich, we say Bangladesh is not rich enough to protect its population. Now, the old walls were too weak. Here, too weak. So to make it use a strong, it's not strong enough. Not strong, not strong. Not strong enough, okay? Not strong here enough. Okay. Okay, understand, guys? Okay. Not strong enough. Now, stop. It's not safe enough to go outside. Not safe enough. This is listed. So we need to make it more. So stop. It's too dangerous to go outside. So here it will be too, to express more. Okay, too. Okay. Too dangerous, too. Okay, thank you. Now, match the sentence parts to make sentence. She paints so beautifully that everyone wants to buy her pictures. Okay, you have done such a nice job, that we never forget it. Okay, she cooked such a nice meal that we are really pleased. The wind was so strong, it damaged so that it damaged lots of houses. Okay, that's done. Okay, thank you guys. I hope you are doing great. Listen to the session. If you have any question, please, interact in the WhatsApp. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.